Hello everybody, my name is C3Awesome, and welcome to the first ever of my character deep dives. I'm so excited that I can finally start doing these now that I have a bit of time away from my homework and college and all that. And now we can finally get into talking about some fighting game characters, learning some tactics, yes, learning some combos, but more importantly, learning how to play that character, meaning situations, guides, and the whole hubbubaloo. And today, we are going to be focusing on Minato Namikaze from Naruto Shippuden Gekitou Ninja Taisen Special, the final Naruto game that was developed not by CyberConnect 2. I'm not sure which company created this, but I do know this series is beloved. This is the last game they developed, which is the Pain arc, but funny enough, no pain in the game. No pain, no game. I hope you enjoy this fighting game tutorial thing, whatever, and you enjoy this series. Let's get right into this character. Okay, right into it. So today I'm going to be teaching you all about Minato Namikaze. So, this is the first ever of my videos that I'm going to be producing. I wanted it to be really special with a lot of editing to reflect at how much care I want to put into these videos. And I wanted to start with someone like Minato because he is definitely an interesting character to go into. I was planning on doing a few others, but they'll probably be done later in the future. But first, I wanted to focus on Minato in this game, since he is just so different from most of the other characters I have played. Now, before we go deep into his battle mechanics and everything, I want to underlie both the character and the way this game works. So first, about his character. Spoilers for Naruto, if anyone has never seen anything past the Kid arc. But basically, Minato Namikaze is the father of Naruto Uzumaki. I forget why they don't share the same name. I'm not that well versed in Naruto. But I do know that Minato is a fan favorite character. He's one of my favorite characters because in every one of his appearances in video games, he has been the most interesting character to get into. I played him in Storm, I'm playing him in this game, and finally, I have some more interesting tech that I can show you with this character. Now, how the Naruto Gekitou Ninja series works is instead of it working with different buttons producing different moves, they work on a string system. So I'm going to go in and actually show you Minato's strings. He has 11 different strings in total, but this doesn't mean that's all of the combos that he has. You actually do have a little bit of stuff in this game that you can work with. These are just the basic of the basics of his different strings. Your job when you play this game is to figure out which strings form into what moves. And that's exactly what I've been doing here with Minato. But before we get into his moves, I want to simply cover his movement. So, normal walk back and walk forward are pretty good, you know, it's the same as everyone, but his dashes are where he shines. He can basically move with the speed of light. He can teleport extremely fast. And of course, if you want, you can just hold down the button after you dash, and you'll Naruto run just like everyone else. You have a lot of stuff to work with this character because he can move, you know, back and forth. But of course, this is a 3D game, which means you can also move from left to right. He also actually has a teleport in midair. Press the special attack button. However, it does cost a bar of meter to teleport. That's the basics of Minato's movement. Pretty normal character all regards, but of course he does have that enormous amount of speed. And he can also teleport mid-air, which is, you know, again, a big part of his movement. So when you're playing Minato, one thing you're going to want to take advantage of is his speed. Minato's combos are kind of minuscule compared to the other characters in this game. He doesn't have as many as everyone else, but he definitely delegates that through speed. So, let's go into a few of his basic moves and movements. So first up is his normal attack string, which is just circle, 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 circle. Pretty simple, you know, it's the simplest combo he has in the list. And then, of course, we have a variation of that, and another one that you're going to be using a lot is tilting down, circle, circle. And of course that flips the enemy up. I'm going to be going into more tech with that. He also has an up variation, where he just kicks you away. He also has back. And I believe he also, yes, he does. He has a rushing double kick as well, which again sends you away. This is all going to be very useful later, so you keep in mind. So that's his basic string attacks. Now we're going to go over his special moves. His neutral special is a shuriken. Every ninja, I believe, in the game has a shuriken. Some don't. If you just press it, he'll block fire 1. If you hold it down, he will come out. He doesn't have any of these attack options in the air, however, because again, it's replaced by a teleport. He does, however, have a launching kick like most of the other characters in this game. So if you do want to get advantage and actually attack someone from the air, this is your only way. So Minato is not a character that operates by you manually jumping. He'll be in the air by himself in most of his attacks, as you probably saw. Next is his forward special, which is the Rasengan, a very famous move in Naruto. It takes a minute to charge up, so not that useful in combos, but it is great at mixing people up. Very good special move. I like using that one a lot. Next up is another one of his best specials, which is his attack from behind. So a big part of Minato, again, is moving really fast. He can actually teleport where his kunai land. So as you can see, if he launches his kunai, he will knock the enemy out. And this is actually a mix-up opportunity because you can mix it up between a normal kunai and then your teleporting kunai. And yes, you can even combo after you use the teleporting kunai. His down special is again another teleport. It uses a bar of chakra, so do be careful when you're using it. You can't just spam it like I am, because I have regenerating chakra. And his up special is the main teleport. Again, another big part of himself. Now this would be the part where I go over all of his different strings and tell you like how to do each one, but I'm not going to go over all 11 of his strings because you can learn them on your own time. I will just leave these right here for you to learn. They're all pretty basic. I went over almost all of them. The only difference is he'll lab a kunai in there somewhere. What I do need to show you though are his double dashes, which I'm going to show you right now, which are extremely important because if you dash with Minato, you actually have the option to jump over the enemy instead of just attacking them. And of course you can't miss this if you aren't careful. And you can even mix them up with more of a Senkan if you want to. But yeah, this is another big part of his moveset that I want to just go over. He doesn't have many opportunities from here, however. But he does of course have a couple, like always. Okay, that's all of Minato's basic moves that you need to know. Again, I'm not going to go over every single one because you can do this on your own time. I will, however, show you an easy combo into his ultimate really quickly. It's simple. It's just circle, circle, ultimate. That's just a very simple ultimate, however, but that's Minato's like basic one, because his ultimate is extremely hard to land on any of the other combos he has, because the enemy has to be standing. They cannot be stunned, they cannot be against a wall, they have to be either coming right out of that hit stun, right after you cancel it into your ultimate, or they need to be just standing there. Those are your only ways that you can actually hit Minato's ultimate. He does have an air variation, however. And you know, it's useful. It's more for show than it's not like as good as many other ultimates in this game, especially since it has such a high chance of missing. But yeah, that is a little bit of Minato. So now I'm going to show you a few of the combos I like to use. So I'm going to show it first. So first is X, circle, 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 boom. That's like a basic combo that I have figured out for myself. And I'm going to show you another variation of that, which is the same, but with a few added on bonuses. As you saw, I added on a teleport at the end, and then I also added the forward double kick like you saw earlier, and then I comboed that into his dash. So, Minato again is a character that operates mostly on using other things in the field. He doesn't have a lot of combos if you don't use wall bounces or anything. However, if you do use them, you have a lot of opportunity in order to get a ton of damage off on the enemy, and that'll be mostly how you play Minato, is just playing to your strengths, using your speed, and again, of course, these combos. There are a couple other combos that I can show you, like so. And then of course that leads to this, and that launches them over there. And of course, depending on where you are in the stage, that could potentially lead in them hitting the wall, and then you can do the teleport into high kick like you saw earlier. Again, Minato is a character that plays to the strength of speed, but his combos are lacking. He doesn't have anything more than a half a damage combo, but even still, that's still pretty darn good, you know? He has a lot of speed when it comes to this game, especially when you're considering the fact that many of the other characters in this game can't move on only half this speed. So a good comparison I would put to this character is the Flash. If you haven't played Injustice 2, the Flash is a character that is relatively slow, and he is super fast though. Like now, let me explain why I'm saying slow and fast at the same time. So yes, the Flash is actually kind of slow if you are fighting against him, because, you know, he's the Flash, he should be super fast. But the thing is, the Flash doesn't have many great combos. What I mean is, he's not a bad character. He doesn't have no combos, it's just that he relies mostly on speed in order to perform stuff. And the same thing kind of applies to Minato. He does have combo potential, but you have to know how to use it. So like I said, if you want to use him, he doesn't have as many great combos, but of course, like I can memorize this, I'm sure you can as well. You can also triple an enemy like that. After you do that, you know, if you've already performed that combo last round, you could do it again that round and then trip them up by using a low attack. But just be warned, if they block the double kick right there, then they could totally just destroy you. Okay, a few other things. So again, if you want to trip people up, I definitely recommend a few different things. I didn't mean to do that, sorry. So, like I said, his kunai, right like this, can happen. Now, a big thing I do want to mention though really quickly is that this special can actually be chakra cancelled into more moves, although it's not really worth it. Yeah, as you can see, he's already in the air, so there's no big part of knocking him into a wall. But even still, like I said, Minato does have a few nice little combos you can do with him. It just depends on how much you want to get into this character. Like I said, there is a lot of stuff here. Now, if I could offer you some other things, a big part of Minato is again the speed. So if you want to trip the opponent, you can just teleport behind them. If you want to know Minato's fastest move, however, it's his light punch. Just literally his light punch. But his back punch is actually a little bit faster and travels a good distance. It's not, like, obviously you can't get away with a full dash and then into that'd be stupid. But you can get away with about this height, or maybe this height, and you can still hit him into the back punch. And another thing I should mention is the back punch is actually armored. So when you're using it, you can actually trip up the enemy again, because his moves do look kind of similar. Now here are a few things that I have in my notes from Minato. Biggest thing you should remember with this character: do not accidentally throw your kunai out. Now, the worst part about Minato is his ultimate. Not the actual ultimate itself, it does look alright. The problem with him being the usefulness of his ultimate. Not only is it a ranged attack, but I'm going to show you something really quickly. if I actually go and try and do that combo I showed you earlier, and I launch him into the wall, and I throw the kunai right after, it doesn't result in a hit. And I'll explain why. It's because this attack doesn't register as the ultimate. If you attack someone on this wall that isn't the double kick, it will just result in a normal attack. And you can try and do it all you want. It's not going to work. I've been practicing this a while ago, and there is actually no way you can do this. And I've also tried canceling the kunai into the ultimate. It also doesn't work. There is not a way you can really combo Minato's ultimate into anything. Like I said, the only thing I managed to find it is the first 2 punches of his light attack combo. Actually, of course, combo into his ultimate. His ultimate itself actually does look really nice, as you can see. Like, it actually does look really, really good looking. The only problem is, of course, the usefulness of it is kind of varied. It's not as useful as I feel like it could be, which is a shame. I'm sure if this game got a couple other games, then Minato would definitely be reworked, he would be fixed a little. But then again, these games aren't exactly known for balance. But, yeah, a couple other things I want to know, just like everyone. Combo really easy. Every character kind of has a combo resulting from their high attack. You just have to learn the timing. And I do want to go over one of the other combos really quickly. Yep, that's just a simple one, like I said. He's one of the few characters with something special like that. I wasn't going to mention that originally, but I do want to mention it because of the Rasengan. And again, another big part of the Rasengan. You see that? Alright, here. Let me knock Naruto a little bit away. Watch this. Alright, he's all the way over there, right? So, yep, Minato is actually fantastic at full screen attacks. Not only is his kunai full screen, not only is his Rasengan full screen, and not only is his teleporting kunai full screen, but again, another big part of his moveset is rushing you down and then retreating in order to blitz you up. That sounds like another character I love to play, Tsuchimikaze from the PSP game. So Minato is actually kind of similar to that. Told you I love rushdown speedy blondes. I don't think I ever said that in this video, but I did say it in a different video. I'm messing up my stuff. But yes, a big part about Minato, again, is his full screen advantage. Minato has a lot of advantage with his full screen attacks. And like I said, a big part of him is he could be throwing kunais 1 minute, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what you're gonna do, and then all of a sudden he jumps up, he's behind you, and he's already doing a combo to just knock your socks off. Or even worse, he could be like this. And he could be doing something even worse. Oh, do you see? Yeah, you can hit it quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, Minato is a full screen character. Now, of course, a big part of this game is moving from left to right, so there's no guarantee you'll land these attacks, but just having the option to do this, and of course you can charge it, and there'll be 2 other kunais, which means no matter where they go, they are going to have to dodge out of the way, and even if they do, there's no guarantee that they're going to survive. Another big thing, I mentioned, you might have seen it while I was doing one of his basic combos, which is this one. It actually does not matter from where you do this, because yes, it will always result in a combo. Oh, that was my accident. Yeah, that won't hit. So yeah, there's actually a lot you can do with Minato if you know how to use him. I'm almost done with my notes, I swear. Okay, last thing I want to mention about Minato's moveset is this ultimate. Now, I mentioned his main ultimate, but I didn't really mention the usefulness of this ultimate. Well, I mentioned a little earlier that the only attack Minato had in the air was this. This is his only attack input that you can do in the air. And if you're playing in competitive, people can think that too. So imagine this, you're doing that, you're doing that, people are expecting you to, land a jump kick on them, and then all of a sudden. Now again, it's a little weird to land this, but if you can figure it out perfectly, and you master it, then it will be very advantageous. But yeah, that is about absolutely everything I have with Minato. The notes, this has been going for a long time. But yes, this is everything I got with Minato. I hope that you like this up and you enjoy these little combos. I'll be uploading a video of just Minato's combos very, very soon. I hope you enjoyed. I gotta really get to editing this now. This is the first ever video in this little line of videos I want to do, where I just discuss characters from different fighting games, how to play them, their advantages, why you should play them, because there is a lot of stuff, no matter where you try to find it. So yeah, that is everything I got for today. I hope that you enjoyed. Now go, be beautiful people, and go and play some fighting games. If anyone wants to play me, just please leave a comment, and we will happily talk. I would love to play you in this game, or any game.